You're nicked, mate. G'day everyone, Brian here. When Jesus is arrested, there are a couple of things that happen, some of which we understand, and one of which kind of stands out on its own. One of these is that one of the disciples of Jesus does take a sword out, does strike back, and cuts off the ear of a servant of the high priest. We learn later that it was Peter who had done that, and Mark doesn't record it for us here, but Jesus heals that man's ear. Jesus then confronts those who have come to arrest him by saying to them, "Am I leading a rebellion that you come out with clubs and swords to capture me? Every day I was with you in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled." Then everyone deserted him and fled. And then Mark includes this little scenario for us, or this little cameo rather. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him, he fled naked, leaving his garment behind. Who's this man running naked into the darkness? Possibly Mark himself. But when I was in Jerusalem a few years ago, our guide suggested this story for us. That in the upper room where the disciples and Jesus had met for their Passover meal was a young man who was asleep. But being woken by a commotion of some sort to know that the soldiers, this crew were on their way to arrest Jesus, he wrapped himself and ran out the door so that he might get there first to warn Jesus of what was coming. When he arrived, he was too late. And as the guards grabbed for him too, he left his linen cloak behind and ran out into the darkness naked. Whatever happened to him, it's an interesting story and something that Mark records for us for a reason. But most importantly, Jesus says the scriptures must be fulfilled. What scriptures? Well, the Old Testament makes some reference to the Messiah being arrested, being killed, suffering. And Isaiah 53 is the key example of that. But Jesus had also referred to another passage from the Old Testament where he says the shepherd will be struck and the sheep will run away. And when Jesus is arrested, what do we find? Everyone deserted him and fled. Is that you? Again, I ask the question, what is there in your life that shows you are a Christian? What is the sign in your life that shows you are a Christian? And would you flee if it became illegal to be a follower of Jesus? Well, around the world there are people who are finding that reality. Some are facing it boldly and paying for it with their lives. Some are being quiet, and I don't blame them for that. But what would you do? Good to be prepared for it before it comes, I think. We put our hope in Jesus, not in the authorities around us, because they'll let us down as they let Jesus down. But we put our hope in Jesus, and I urge you to do the same. Keep your eyes on him. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.